What's going on, family? In today's video, we'll be looking at more creepy and strange TikToks. Friendly reminder that your FBI agent is always watching you. Y'all, these phones are always on. These are like trackers. These ain't no phones anymore. Oh, you got a message. Crazy though, right?
I could watch you for a lifetime.
Let me show you why mold is such a big deal.
1,000
Microscopic air particle.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This is how Sprite was invented, by the way. Yo, look at the Sprite fizzing. There you go. That's the recipe right there. Just get a glass of water, put it next to your old school static TV. Oh, it's not. What's that flying around?
When I used to say what? Dada. Say dada. Say dada. He'd be like, dada.
Think about that.
Not say.
Think about that. Why do they skip over the say? Yo. That's crazy. Mind blown. I've witnessed what's to come, and it's not a good one. Stay close to your loved ones and be safe out there. So, what is that?
The ancient African people knew of the pineal eye. They called it the eye of Horus. Or you might see in some books the eye of Huru. I'll just put H-O-R-U-S, and you could also spell it H-E-R-U. The eye of Huru, or the eye of Horus, who was the son of Isis and Osiris. Isis, of course, being the original Black Madonna. So the eye of Huru was the pineal eye, was the third eye. And they call it pineal because it's shaped in the form of what they say is a pine tree, but what we say is, of course, the pyramid, the triangle. Okay? Now, the brother mentioned mathematics. In mathematics, we know from the study of the pyramids that our people were the first people to use this very, very important mathematical formula, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, to build the world's most famous triangular figure. And that figure, of course, was the pyramid. They used this so-called Pythagorean theorem, but it didn't have anything to do with Pythagoras, brothers and sisters. This theorem that deals with a triangle that has an angle that's shaped like a perfect L, the right angle, the angle that's 90 degrees. This is a critically important angle for mathematics. If you're building something, you're going to run across this triangle that has that 90-degree angle. Anytime you have this 90-degree angle, then you can apply this formula, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, which they call the Pythagorean theorem, which should be correctly called the Kemetic theorem because the Kemites taught it to Pythagoras.
There you go. Get it right. It's the Kemetic theorem, not the Pythagorean theorem. You got to realize that a lot of these scholars that we're told were like the originators of certain things, they got a lot of their knowledge from Egypt, and you can even find that in old books, or you do your research, you'll be able to find out the information on where they went to get their knowledge from as well. So Kemetic theorem: 1 day of scrolling, 1 week of scrolling, 2 weeks of scrolling, 3 weeks. Oh my gosh, look at all this, guys. I'm sorry. Those were once giant trees, but also you got to chill on the scrolling. I mean, I get it. It's okay to scroll for a little. It's okay to scroll for a little bit, right? But you got to have limits, right? Freedom is in restriction, not in abundance. So set some limits, do your little scrolling, say I'm going to scroll from 7 to 8 o'clock. All right. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to just chill. And I'm done scrolling for now. And then I'll wake up tomorrow and maybe I'll scroll for like 30 minutes in the morning or something like that, and then 30 minutes at night. I don't know. But sometimes you get caught in that death scroll. I know y'all got caught in a death scroll before, where you're just sitting there and you're just scrolling, right? It's like 5:30, right? You're just chilling on the couch, right? You start off right here while you're scrolling, and next thing you know, you're like, it's like 7 o'clock. You're like, dang, I gotta make dinner. Testing this theory. So do you guys think these were giant trees, or what were these? How does this even form? Was something dug out? Was that the original surface? Or is that a giant tree? Amongst other giant trees. Like Avatar. Y'all seen the movie Avatar, right? I mean, how do you test the theory, though?
No, I'm good. Please don't fall. I don't want to be stuck up here. Oh my god. Okay.
He said, "Don't fall. I don't want to be stuck up here." He didn't say, "Don't fall. I'm concerned for you. You should back up." He said, "I don't want to be stuck up here, man. Come on, man. I don't know how to fly this helicopter." It's a pretty steep fall. Ooh, I hope not. Everybody wearing Levi's.
Do you guys remember those videos of all the nurses dancing during COVID? The more that I see those type of videos, I'm now convinced that these dancing nurses, that could have been AI.
Were the nurses AI?
Over 3.5 million returns have claimed no tax on tips. Over 15.5 million returns have claimed no tax on overtime. Over 9.2 million returns have claimed the enhanced deduction for seniors. And over 690,000 returns have claimed no tax on car loan interest. And another amazing statistic, nearly 3.5 million Trump accounts have been opened for children in our country thus far. So we look forward to, I know the Treasury Department continues to look forward to seeing these checks go out the door and into the pockets of hardworking Americans, and the president will be meeting with them himself tomorrow on the road in both Ohio and Kentucky, and we look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you guys.
Vampires. Sinners. Petroleum is the 4 horses, huh? The petroleum tree. Oh, the mask was a real thing. So were Smurfs. Avatars. Down in Mexico. Well, we got stormtroopers. Real life stormtroopers. They were small. Pinocchio. Real guy in, the South. We had Energizer bunnies. Two-Face. Real spirit. Cat dog. Another, that might have been a real thing. We had the Duck Man. The DuckTales were real. Terrain map of the state of Cali.
Oh, would you look at...
Hey, hold on. That old, let me go back real quick. Look, do y'all remember like old maps of California, and it kind of like showed it like as an island? That kind of What if there was more water over there and all of this little area right here in the middle was just like underwater?
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's
The
a few more
Tartarian
blemishes on the car.
sea.
Oh my gosh, just look at
The
it.
car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that? I mean, just get a look at that.
A cop did that.
A cop. Oh, where is he? I'd like to look at him.
Went over.
We not gonna sit here and act like we ain't see Dwight Howard wife get on live with all that coke in that bag. Let's not sit here and play like this shit is normal. By the looks of it, Dwight Howard had more coke in his house than Scarface had. And then to make shit worse, she's taking coke out the bag, pulling it out and look at this shit right here. She said, I try to tell everybody he needs some help, but ain't nobody trying to listen because he got the money. You know damn well ain't nobody trying to listen. If he got all that coke in the house, the parties he having, man, listen. The only thing people coming to their crib for is the snow and the snow only. Apparently, all she wanted Dwight to do was clean up his act. Dwight said, yo, listen, I ain't cleaning up my act and I'm leaving. Dwight filed for divorce. Dwight wants out the mansion. Of course he gonna want out the mansion. You tell him everything. And the crazy thing about that is people were trying to warn her from before. His son came out and said he got a problem. The lady before her came out and said he got a problem. But guess what? That's his problem, his prerogative. And apparently Dwight want to do what Dwight want to do. So let Dwight do what Dwight want to do and just leave and make yourself better, because Dwight don't want to fix Dwight. Get it? Dwight don't want to fix Dwight. The booger sugar, the snow. Dwight love the snow.
Dwight love Dwight.
Why do you act like that?
Whoa.
The way that you act, you don't.
Like, why?
Y'all come over here. We got work to do. I'm trying to figure out, was Rihanna trying to tell us something, y'all? This is from Anti 2016. Look at this album cover. It looks like her with a towel or something. I don't know what this red symbolizing. And then the crown over the eyes, the balloon. I never even saw the balloon. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what I was looking at, but I never even noticed the balloon was there. Was Rihanna trying to tell us something? Now, y'all remember, I'm going to bring back a little bit history for some of y'all that's younger. When Rihanna dropped this album, she did not so well in sales. I think she got like 1,000 first week, okay? Now, it was the same time that somebody else was dropping an album, so there was rumors that it was leaked. It was leaked. The album was leaked, and then it dropped, and the numbers was not good. So, was she trying to tell us something?
I think so. I think so.
Down and thinking, but you, instead of you finding nails, you find everything's put together by glue. So you start trying to dissect it to get down to find out what is the glue made out of. That's what they're doing. Everything is being held together by something. They know it. We are here being held together, but they want to find out what is holding it together, right? So they want to mess with the glue. So these particles, they're trying to get to the finest particle to find out what everything is built from. That's why they call it the God particle. Yeah, does this make sense? Now, we know in the Bible that the Bible says he upholds all things by the word of his power. Everything that's into being is being held together by God's word. So when they get all the way, now listen, I'm showing you what they're doing, and it's gonna blow your mind. When they get all the way down to the finite understanding, they're going to find what God is using to hold it all together.
Thank you for watching this video. Please stay to the end. There's more information. I really like to say this, but
what is the real weapon?
Entertainment or education, I'll let you decide.
What God is using, which is just the. Now, when we say his word, what is that? What is his word? What is this? It's his power.
That was 1989. So, whoa. That look like the little mirror from the Matrix. Remember when you touch it, you can go inside?
What is that? That look like a fucking entity. Then think about when we was playing Minecraft, you had games like the Nether Portal. They was already telling us like shit can spawn through portals. Like, you think it ain't all type of entity? Flying through.
Yo, that's crazy if they got portals open everywhere.
The collider, okay? I don't understand why they're spending trillions of dollars on this stupid thing. This is the current collider, LXC, in Switzerland, and now they're gonna build a bigger one. Like, you see how big it is, right? What are they trying to do here? Are they really trying to figure out particle physics?
Nah.
Maybe, maybe not. All right? All right, guys.
2026, CERN's anomaly detection AI flagged something it could not explain. A collision signature that had appeared thousands of times started behaving differently. Not randomly, predictably. The signature changed depending on who was in the control room. Not the equipment, not the temperature, not the time of day. The people. When certain teams were present, the anomaly rate shifted. When the control room was empty during automated runs, it shifted back. And nobody at CERN wanted to talk about it. I'm Tom, and you are watching Spatialize. When I first came away,
Oh, that's what CERN was too in Spider-Man? That's crazy. Didn't even think about it. I was just there watching a good movie with my kids. Yo. You think they're trying to open up like portals to other dimensions? Because like things do seem off right now too. Don't you feel like we kind of like shifted dimensions? I mean, some people might not feel like that, but others might feel like they've kind of shifted. Like the people around them are like different. You're like, since when you start acting like this?
Say the reason for this is because there's no wind resistance. So there's no molecules, no atoms, nothing that could...
Our free speech, but now the governor of Illinois just exposed this horrific news that may be the downfall of the country. Just watch.
The Trump administration is following a playbook. Escalation of violence is targeted and intentional and premeditated. Why? To create the pretext for invoking the Insurrection Act so that he can send military troops to our city. He wants to justify and normalize the presence of armed soldiers under his direct command. There was never an insurrection or an invasion on the ground that justified the deployment of the military to our American city. He clearly has decided to declare war on a great American city.
Now, that was just a few days ago, but on top of that, journalists are now calling out that this recent military deployment is not only unusual, but there might be something sinister behind it. Just watch.
The Trump administration is deploying the National Guard hundreds of troops on American soil against American citizens. This is not a time to normalize this action. This is not normal. This is serious.
Now, in that video, Aaron was clearly warning us that there may be a much more ominous agenda at play. Now, what that means for you is once martial law is declared in your city, rights could be suspended, curfews enforced, and freedom limited. So far, we've had unannounced welfare benefit cuts and mass federal layoffs. So what else is the government planning with this deployment? What are you doing to keep your family safe if the Insurrection Act is invoked and your constitutional rights are deprived? Will your family be stocked and secured or left out in the open? This is the first time in our country's history that this has ever happened. And if 2025 has shown us anything, it's that we can't just sit around and hope that things don't start to affect us. We need to already be prepared and take action.
The satellite forensic profile. Looking from above, the Chickies Formation isn't a random ridge. It is a segmented titan. So the cranial ridge, the main overlook area, forms a distinct triangular head shape that points towards the river. Okay, so the way the rock folds at the vista furnace creates the anatomical socket of a massive fossilized eye. The spinal trajectory. From the satellite view, you can see the ridge ripple toward Marietta. These aren't just hills, they are the dorsal plates of the world binder. Yes, I like to call them world binders. So, the area where I am videoing, oh gosh, I'm recording, is fuzzy. It corresponds exactly to the neck brainstem section where the nervous system would be most concentrated. Okay, so with standard satellite, you see a green tree-covered ridge with some gray rocky outcroppings. It looks like a typical river cliff, right? Okay, but the reality is the trees disappeared and then you see the vitrified scales. The ridge is revealed as a long, winding serpentine entity. The pink stone veins in the tunnel are the internal conduits that follow the exact curve of this reptilian spine. When I look at the way the ridge undulates from Columbia to Marietta, there is one specific modern reptile and one ancient titan that match the anomaly almost perfectly. The modern match is the green anaconda. If you look at the satellite view of the ridge, the scale-to-weight ratio and the S-curve of the rock suggest a constrictor class anatomy. Anatomy? Anatomy. Yeah. The skull. The triangular shape of the Chickies rock vista matches the broad, flat skull of an anaconda. Yeah. Anacondas are semi-aquatic. They ground themselves in river mud to wait for prey. The way the Titan's tail drapes into the Susquehanna near the bridge pillars is identical to how a resting anaconda positions its lower body in the water for stability. So anacondas have a highly flexible spinal column. The segmentation that I was looking at in the satellite hill corresponds to the rib spanning of a massive constrictor. So the ancient match. Titanboas. To understand the size, we have to look at the Titanoboa, the largest snake to ever live, reaching 50 feet. So the scale. This entity is roughly 500 times larger than a Titanboa. This suggests it is a Borean ancestor, the original blueprint that the smaller reptiles were modeled after. And they lived in high heat, high moisture environments. The vitrification on the bridge and in the tunnel suggests this entity generated its own internal thermal pulse, just like the high metabolism giants of the ancient world. So the skull shape, flat, wide, triangular. Chickies rock vista, the overlook. Eye placement, high on the head. The shadowy Hatman cave area.
So do y'all really think that was a giant snake? Do you guys believe in ancient titans? Ancient, like giant beings, humans, humanoids, reptiles, just any type of animal. Giant in the past. You guys believe in that? And then they were petrified by something or someone, you know, and instantly turned into stone. And then a new race of beings, maybe us, was placed here or introduced. I don't know. Man. It's a interesting narrative to follow, to be honest. But hey, at the end of the day, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.